Hey guys, welcome back to Let's Play Super Mario Galaxy. At the end of the last episode, we collected all the green power stars and some hidden ones, and in this episode, we are going to finish up the hidden power stars. First off, we're taking a stroll back into Beach Bowl Galaxy at the secret undersea cavern. Alright, so once we have landed at Beach Bowl Galaxy once again, what we're going to want to do is grab a Koopa shell. And we are going to actually be required to break open the chest. And it is a treasure chest, and it is above the sea. So what we want to do here is perfectly time our jump like that, except I threw the shell, which I'm not supposed to do. And what we actually want to do is there's a chest over there. We're going to break it open. So we got to go grab another Koopa shell. Well, let's do it because I messed up freaking thing throwing the shell. But anyhow, there's luckily plenty below the surface here. As you can see, there's literally tons of Koopa shells just sitting around here waiting for us. So let's try this once again. And this time we're not going to go crazy and throw it and chuck it into the middle of the space, sky, whatever you want to call that. I always thought it was interesting how we're in space technically, but we can see the clouds and the sky. Would that mean that we're on Earth? I don't know. But anyways, we have now successfully landed, and we're going to make our way over to this treasure chest. And this time, we're going to throw the shell at the chest, which will reveal a launch star, which will take us to our next destination. And as you can see, we are landing over on a new area that we have yet to explore on Beach Bowl Galaxy. This wasn't here, or wasn't accessible at least, our first time here. Or was it? Yes, so now we have a Cataquack. So what we want to do is get that Cataquack to, there's actually a big giant coin with a question mark. So of course, with every coin with a question mark, there's a secret hidden within. So what we want to do is get that Cataquack to essentially propel us up there and hit the coin, because it is going to reveal an Ice Mario flower, and we need that ability. Nice to see its return, because we are going to be doing some frozen waterfall platforming. So yes, we're going to actually utilize Ice Mario to be able to wall jump off of waterfalls. So very nice function indeed. I love the idea and the use of the Ice Mario ability in this way. Being able to platform off of waterfalls is such an amazing idea. But of course, the ability is only given to us for a limited amount of time, so we want to make sure that we use or take full advantage of it while we have it. And we're going to use our ice platforms to allow us to wall jump on these waterfalls, because of course we can create ice with our hands and our feet with this ability, because we are just magical when we have it. Now we are atop of the waterfalls, and now we have a nice little snowy area, a nice little spin on things. Yeah, you thought Beach Bowl was a nice summer paradise. Well, it looks like we have a little wintry stuff as well. So nice little Mario logic when it comes to weather and space and skies and planets, all kinds of great stuff. But hey, we're not going to question it because it all looks amazing. But we get the Cataquack to propel us up here, and we get a power star. Very nice. Moving right along, we're going to take a stroll back into Ghostly Galaxy for the next hidden power star. And we are going to re-enter a very spooky sprint. Now that we have landed, right here at the beginning is actually where we're going to need to travel to get access to the next hidden star. As you see, Captain Toad's having a good old time in his nice star shroom like he always does. We enter this galaxy, but it is now time to find the next hidden star. So as you can see, we have the entrance here with all the nice little Jack-O-Goombas and the bats here to kind of make our life a living hell and try to cause a little panic. We're not going to let them ruin our day. We're going to destroy them, get them out of our way, and break this thing open for a launch star, because I bet you didn't know there was a launch star hiding in that thing there, but there is. This is actually where we're going to need to go to get to the next hidden star. And as you can see, another beautiful area to explore, and by beautiful, I mean dark and creepy. We have some boos, we have some keys, we have some dark matter. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this done. So as you can see, you want to essentially make sure that you are following the moving, not necessarily moving platforms, but moving area of the platform that's visible, because if you do not stay in the visible area, you will die in the dark matter, of course. We don't want to do that because it's Nothing but dark, abyss, void, dark void, crazy stuff, scary stuff. But anyways, we want to avoid these boos because they can kind of get a little bit annoying. And we do not want them to hit us into dark matter and make us fall off the platforms. That would not be good. But very gracefully, if we essentially just kind of follow where the platforms are appearing, we will be able to get through this with absolutely no problem at all. But the boos are right there to make us a little scared, but they're not. That's not going to happen. We're not scared of boos anymore. This is Super Mario Galaxy. We're way past being scared of boos. That's like so Super Mario World. But anyways, now that we have entered the next area, you'll find another key here. It'll unlock kind of a pointless door there with a couple star bits, but this one will reveal a bunch of star bits, and they will be floating across the dark matter. So you want to, of course, time your jumps. Make sure you don't get ahead of yourself there. Another key will unlock another kind of pointless door with a coin in it. Yeah, a lot of these doors are kind of pointless. I don't really know why they had the keys unlock those doors with really nothing inside of them but a couple coins and star bits. Of course, we don't really need star bits anymore for the game because we have we're finished with all the hungry Lumas. So that isn't really necessary to grab anymore. But there's a one up in that door, a coin in that other door, and this key, like some more useless coins. But this thing is useful because it's a power star. So yes, nice simple mission there. Moving right along. Next stop is Gusty Garden Galaxy with some great music and another hidden power star. And we are going to revisit Gusty Garden's Gravity Scramble. Alright, so now that we have landed on a gorgeous Gusty Garden once again, good times here. I love the music, of course. I think I said that last time. In the first episode, we visited this lovely garden. But now it's time to take our lovely floaty fluff, and now we are going to want to hit all these coins with question marks. So I think we did this last time, except I don't know if we hit every single one. To get this hidden star, you absolutely want to hit every single one of these coins, because if you don't, you will not be able to get it. So you want to make sure you do not miss a single one. It's really easy for the most part. I guess if you're not timing your little floats or your jumps with the floaty fluff, I guess you can technically miss a couple. But we're not going to do that. We're going to grab every single one, because once you'll kind of see once we get to the end of the coins there. I didn't mean to fall off that vine like a crazy person, like I don't know what I'm doing. But anyways, we want to go ahead and take this launch star, and as you can see, there's a Rainbow Mario star right there, and if you do not collect all those coins and question marks, it will not appear. So that's why it's very crucial to collect every single one. But now we are back to familiar territory, so we're going to crush through all these boulders, and we're going to crush this golden chomp that we saw before. We skipped it last time, but this time it holds a power star. Very quick, very easy mission. It is done. Another power star down, more to go. Next stop is going to be Dusty Dune Galaxy for the next hidden power star. And we're going to take a stroll back into Sun-Baked Sandcastle. But once you have gotten to the point where you've collected all of your star chips on top of this beautiful sand building, that will give you the launch star that it did before. So you want to actually go ahead and jump into that once again, which leads you to this little planet here, which is essentially just a little ball made of sand that goes up and down. However, instead of breaking open that big spiky thing on the top of it, you actually want to follow the trail of coins over here. So this is actually where you're going to need to focus your attention, but you're going to want to wait for the sand to kind of do its thing and essentially get lower and, well, whatever it does, this little rising up and down thing. You essentially want the sand to grow smaller. That way it'll reveal the stump that will actually appear there that we need to ground pound, which is actually going to give us another launch star that will give us access to another area of the galaxy that we have yet to explore. And there's our stump. Let's ground pound on it. And we have some musical notes. We'll go ahead and collect these. And not necessarily gonna make any kind of rhyme or reason with those because we're kind of collecting them slowly, but they will grant us another launch star, like I just said. It's almost like I'm psychic or something, or I played the game before, or I don't know, something like that. But anyways, we're now going to be propelled down to this little area. We've actually not seen this yet. So this area has bullet bills, and you will need the bullet bills to lock onto you, because this is where we're actually going to find our next power star. But we have a couple switches here, so if you go ahead and ground pound on this one with the down arrow, it will cause this sand building to rise. This is similar to the mission we did where we had to collect or I guess the regular mission here, we had to collect all those star chip pieces back at the other building. But this time, as you can see, we have containers, and in one of the containers is a power star right there. So we need the bullet bills to lock onto us long enough to where they follow us and break open that container. So you essentially want to keep hitting the switch up and down until you get the bullet bills to lock onto you. And then once the containers are risen out of the sand, you want that puppy to bust it on open. This can take a few times. Those dry bones can get annoying, so hitting the switch up and down may be something you end up doing a lot. I know I do. So let's see if we can get this. Let's see if we can nail it. We got one behind us. And it looks like another one's locked on, and they crashed into each other. Very nice. All right, so after a lot of switch hitting and running around like an idiot, I think we're finally going to do it this time. I just have a feeling. So we're going to go ahead and get this guy locked onto us. Try not to get another one locked on at the same time where they crash into each other and ruin our plan. But perfect timing gives us great results. As you can see, we have busted open the container, revealing a power star, and then they're going to send it all the way at the top of that building. I don't think we can get up there without hitting the switch again. Let me see here. Actually, can we do it? Get out of my way, dry bones. I don't really need to take care of you guys. You guys are dead anyways. I don't know why you guys are being annoying. Anyone just rest in peace. But anyways, I guess we're going to have to hit that switch so that way the building will lower and we can reach our power star, because it is time to collect our reward. We did all the dirty work, all the sandy work, and it is time to collect our treasure. It is now time to take a stroll down memory lane, and we are going back into Gold Leaf Galaxy. And this time we are revisiting Cataquack to the Skies. Once you have landed on lovely Gold Leaf Galaxy, good times here. Go ahead and take care of these bugs, because they're always delighted to see Mario, because they know that he's going to give them a swift kick in the bug booty. But now what we're going to do, that was actually very nice how I landed right on the top of that swing, that little bar there. We actually want to travel to a specific location because there's going to be a nice little easy power star for us to grab here. And again, we probably could have did this when we were here the first time, but we were kind of focused on the main power star missions. And I wanted to keep all the hidden power stars all together for organizational purposes, because I have OCD and I'm a crazy person like that. So anyways, that's just how I roll. So now that we are over on this side, you'll see this giant bubble. If you jump into it, we will now be doing the bubble blowing mechanic again. And this time we're going to want to actually blow ourselves into this bell, as odd as that sounded. And it will make a musical note appear, as weird as that is. So now we have a nice trail of musical notes, and if we do this very swiftly, darn it, I didn't do it there. Trying to do that very fastly or very quickly, and it didn't go as planned. But we want to essentially collect all these musical notes, and that will grant us another power star. Simple as that. Another quick, easy power star. I have 5 more to get. Come on, don't pop, don't pop. All right, so now that we have climbed back up here, collected our last few musical notes, that'll do it for the next power star. It is as simple as that, easy as pie. Don't bust my bubble, and let me get my reward. Moving right along. It is now time to re-enter Freeze Flame Galaxy. And this time, we are heading back into the frozen peak of Baron Burr. Once you have activated the Ice Mario flower, you want to go ahead and collect that ability once again, because we are going to need it to access another area that we have not seen in Freeze Flame, which is actually one of my favorite hidden areas of the game in pretty much all the galaxies. You want to go ahead and do your thing, jump on those water spouts, freeze them, jump on those water spouts this time, time your jumps efficiently to where you're able to triple jump up there. And now we have, looks like, some faceless snowmen in our way. I guess they had faces with the star bits, but we collected them so they are no longer faced. No longer have faces. But now we have, conveniently, a fire flower right there to transform us into Fire Mario. So that way we can get rid of the snowman, because we can melt them with the fireballs. Classic Mario style. Of course, we're on a timer with this one. As much as I hate that, I don't like the fact that they give these abilities a limited amount of time to be used. But that's just me. But you want to make sure, of course, you destroy those big snowballs or the snowmen with Fire Mario before your time runs out. So one thing I love about this is dying. Alright, we're going to go ahead and try that again and try not to fall to our death. But what I was going to say is what I love about this mission is we get to explore a gorgeous part of this galaxy. And this is one of the reasons why I love these hidden star missions, because if you thought you were exploring every inch of all of these main galaxies, well, guess again, you have so much more to explore. They hide these stars in locations where, again, you get to see a lot of beautiful sights, a lot of beautiful views of this game. And you really get to see what the Wii was really able to do with their, I guess just as far as like the scale of this game goes and the graphics and what they were able to kind of do with like the visuals, the angles of some of the platforms and these areas. But as you can see, we're simply scaling a giant square little snowy mountain. And I just love this. I love the fact that we're going higher and higher. Each time we get around the mountain, you get to see like even more beautiful scenery down below. You can see the starting point way down there on the right. We're that high up. We're probably thousands of feet in the air. And we get to, you know, do a little platforming over some obstacles along the way. And we have some nice little ice bats, creepy little enemies to kind of get in our way here. So I love the little challenge they added to it, but also the nice little scenery. But now we are at the tippy top of this little snowy mountain, and we have collected our prize. We are returning to Deep Dark Galaxy. And we're heading back into the underground ghost ship for the next hidden Power Star mission. Once you have gotten the Fire Mario ability and lit those two torches again, opening this gate that stops you from accessing the underwater portion, it is now time to head back underwater, making fine work of that Magic Koopa on our way in. So now we're going to go ahead and dive right underwater, because this is actually where we need to go to find the next hidden Power Star, believe it or not. I know, it's crazy, isn't it? This one's a lot more thought out, and I think this is probably a lot less obvious unless you're using a guide like online for this, which I think is maybe the way I found out how to get this Power Star. But nonetheless, I do like how they kind of made this one a little bit harder to get. So what you want to do is grab a Koopa shell. If you see this little ship over here, there's a lot of spiky guys over there, but if you land a Koopa shell on one of those spike balls, they will explode and they will destroy that ship, and that is where we're going to need, that's what we're going to need to do to get the next Power Star. So see if we can do it this time. Go ahead and chuck our shell at those things, and that'll explode the ship, and it will reveal a launch star hidden beneath the ship. So yes, not as obvious as some of the other ones were, if they were obvious at all. I think a lot of these are actually pretty creatively and cleverly hidden in the galaxies. So now we're inside this little cube thing, and we have a boo that actually holds our next Power Star, believe it or not. So what we want to do, very creatively designed here, is we essentially want to get up to that switch, which will of course change the gravity like it has before in previous galaxies. And we want to continue, essentially continue to hit that switch until we get to a portion of this cube where we can break open a crystal that holds a beam of light. And that beam of light, of course, is going to shine on down on the boo. That was my first time singing in a Let's Play video. I'm never going to do it again. But yeah, as you can see, there's a crystal right there over a little hole, I guess, in the cube. So we want to get over there. But this time, we have a little added challenge. Of course, we had that boo to get right in our face and right in our business. But we're trying to actually jump on that trampoline and then into one of those bubbles, because that's going to allow us to get to that switch, and then we can hit it. I didn't do it there. I did get in the bubble, though, so I did make a little bit of progress there. You can't hate. You just got to appreciate. But anyways, oh, man, I was so close. So yeah, essentially that's what you want to do. Do you want to get into that bubble, have it propel you without dying over to the switch, hit the switch like I just did, finally. And now we can bust open this crystal, and as you can see, a beam of light shines through, and now the boo is not safe. And now we need to get the boo into the light, so that way we can get our next hidden Power Star. And as you can see, the Boo looks like did the dirty work for us, went to the light himself, and we are now going to collect our reward. But we need to switch gravity again, that way we can get to it on the bottom level, or the bottom part of the cube. Let's see if we can do this. And oh, is that urchin gonna get in our way? Hopefully not. And I'm a goner. Alright, so this time we are not gonna epically fail. The Boo once again did the work for us, went right into the light because he was just not, he was ready to end his life once again, even though he was already a ghost. But that gives us our next power star. It is now time to head back into Dreadnought Galaxy. And we are going to be revisiting Revenge of the Top Man Tribe. At the bottom of this platform, there's a pipe in here. Going into this pipe, we will find a new location we've not been to in a Gearmo. You know how hard it is cleaning this up? Yeah, so this is essentially the exact same mission we had back at Battle Rock Galaxy. And this time, we have a lot more trash to clean up. So yeah, so if you thought the first mission was annoying and kind of brutal, this one goes even further with it. So we have more trash to clean up. We have the same amount of time, so we're only still given 30 seconds to time our bomb throws, because of course these things go off and it takes forever for them to do so when they do go off. But we're gonna try our best here. I don't think I'm gonna get it on this first try because I've already missed. Once you miss like one or two over here scattered, you're pretty much done for, because you pretty much want to get the bombs centered on those golden things to blow it all up, but we didn't do it there. No, you gotta do it faster. There's always more, so come by again later if you feel like helping. Alright, so we're gonna give this another shot. This time, we're gonna succeed at it. So now, with our 30 seconds on the clock, we're gonna do a lot better with our bomb throws. Really, the front ones are pretty easy. You kind of just want to angle it where it feels like it's going to throw it right in that direction. As you can see, looks like we're doing a little bit better. I want to make sure, hopefully that one, the very top left, gets destroyed. If it does, we might have a chance of this. We have 8 seconds to spare. That should be just enough time for our final bomb to go off. And it is. We did it. 2 seconds to spare. Wow, I'm never going to take out the trash again. Now that I know you can just blow it up, take this as my thing. So I find it lying around. Maybe it'll help. His nice little magnet stick, once again, he will give us another power star. So yes, we blew that trash to bits. More help from the Gearmos, and we are moving right along in our adventure. Alright, so it is now time to take a look at the mail that we just received from Mail Toad, and looks like we have another letter from Luigi. And he is trapped in another galaxy, or stuck, or scared, or whatever the heck this guy does anymore. But based on the picture, you should know where that galaxy is. And it is time to head back into Honey Hive Galaxy to save our brother Luigi. And we're going back into B Mario Takes Flight. Once you have activated the B Mario mushroom, you're going to need to take it because it'll make life a lot easier to get to Luigi. So he's actually over on a tree. That's actually right in the direction we're running over here. Take care of these little bugs, because of course you don't want to have to deal with a bug problem during this either. See that area behind the waterfall? That's our Queen's Castle. Yeah, you kind of told us that last time we were here, but apparently you guys are NPCs that don't know how to do anything besides what you're programmed to do. But now we are B Mario, and we are going to go ahead and fly over to Luigi because we are once again going to save the day. And this is actually the final time that Luigi is going to need rescued, because this is actually our final hidden star in the game, believe it or not. We have a few more stars to do, take on, and that will involve the green stars that we actually found in the last episode, but those are going to be put to use in the next episode. But for this, we are going to find our final regular power star, hidden power star, I should say, right here. So yes, we are officially done with all of the galaxies, all the other hidden stars, the green stars. We've collected them. There's nothing left to do but to save our brother one last time, because the guy is a mess and he just for some reason cannot survive on his own, I guess, without his brother Mario saving his butt 24/7. As you can see, if you climb on that little ledge, that'll easily get you up here to where Luigi is, I guess, stuck on a tree. I guess he's afraid of a freaking bug this time. This guy is pathetic. Mario has done what? He's done everything so far. He's traveled into space. He's been nearly blown to bits by asteroids, Bowser Jr., everybody combined, all the bosses he's taken on, and Luigi is afraid of a freaking bug, man. Just scared to death on this tree, but we'll go ahead and shake him off. Calm him down a little bit. Ow, 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 ow. Hey, bro, I hid because of that big scary bug, but I found a power star. At least he's a little bit useful in some ways. But yes, that is our final hidden power star. So that will do it for this episode. In the next episode, we're going to take on a few more power stars left to find, and we are going to actually go after our special one. I will see you then.